Hey, I'm Chris. I'm here with John. I'm CTO, founder of Immersive. We're going to show you Solstice Conference Integration. It's a way to basically take the Solstice room and bridge it through your existing video conferencing system so remote participants can see, hear, and interact or see all the content that's happening in the room, okay? Now, you've probably seen us do this demo before, but we've taken it farther for launch. We're only 5 days away from the real launch, and I'm going to show you a wireless experience. So that means this laptop is literally just the host laptop that walks in the room. And as soon as I come into the room, I'm gonna be able to share content, get access to the room camera, and my screen will be up there when I start the meeting. You're gonna hear a lot about bring your own meeting from our competitors and in this space in general. But we're gonna define bring your own meeting differently than them, okay? Because bring your own meeting to me isn't that I can get access to the room camera. That's not enough. When I came into the room, I brought my own device of my choosing. I brought all the content that I might want to share, and I brought, most importantly, the meetings on my calendar. So the room needs to embrace all of that content and link together a user experience that's coherent and give me access to the room and make it all work. So I'm going to show you that. You'll notice first that the pod has been invited to a couple meetings, okay? So it's got Teams and Zoom. We're agnostic to GoToMeeting, BlueJeans, whatever you might need. If you invite the pod, you'll get a workflow that kicks off those meetings automatically. More importantly, if I don't invite the pod and I come into the room, because see, that meeting starts at 5 o'clock, but it's only 4 o'clock here in Denver, and I want to use the room to start a call, I've got a calendar on my laptop and I want to make use of that. So what you're about to see is really core to our brand promise, the taking a complicated room, complicated potential set of gear, and limiting it down to a single pod that's plugged into your room audio and camera video. So this is the Logitech meetup, but we support a whole slew of different cameras as long as they're USB and can be plugged in the back of the pod. Okay, so I'm the meeting host. John's in the meeting with me. We've got a remote participant that's already waiting online. So I come to the room, and because I want to just use my system, I'm going to go ahead and tap the Solstice icon in my system tray. And you'll notice already that it says bridge to sales video with Zoom. So it already knows what's an important meeting on my calendar that's about to happen, and I can just bridge that call by typing the screen key, nothing else. Okay, so I just look at the screen, type the code, and 3 things are gonna happen. My desktop will automatically appear on that screen. Because we already know from your calendar that it's a Zoom call, we'll launch Zoom for you. We will even join the Zoom meeting that's on your calendar. And 3, the room audio and video is passed to this laptop wirelessly, no wires, for me to be able to share. So I'm going to do that. So it looks like it's 9375, 9375, and bang, I'm already off to the races. The display says we're now connected for a web conference because I went through that workflow. That desktop's on there, and you'll notice that Zoom's already launching. And hey, how you doing, man?
Good, how you doing?
Good, good. So I'm gonna still make sure we got we have you can see the whole room, right? You're on the Logitech camera?
Yes, I can.
Cool. You can hear us okay?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So I'm gonna show you some PowerPoint. I'll do the normal sort of workflow by, let's see, I had PowerPoint open on this thing. Doesn't matter. I'll just share my desktop. So you'll notice when I pick share screen, the workflow for this user is just Zoom, full stop. The only difference was how I kicked off the meeting by typing those 4 codes. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, share my screen. Oh, sorry. And then I pick screen 2, which is the room display. And I'm sharing my display. Can you see that okay?
Yes, I can.
All right, cool. And I swear I had some cool PowerPoint, so I'm gonna look for that. All right, so I'll launch a PowerPoint like a normal meeting host would do. We've got stuff going on the screen. There we go. And that's a pretty standard way to bridge wirelessly to a room, get access to the room audio, have a call. Here's where it gets interesting though. Because I shared the room display, we're having a video conference as a full experience, John can share content using Solstice to that screen, and remote participants will experience everything we're experiencing in the room. Why does that matter? It matters a lot because the whole double join phenomenon is something we've suffered with a long time. If John comes to a room that's already underway in a conference because I'm hosting it, and he wants to talk, he doesn't have to dial in with Zoom. That's the whole point of a room system. He doesn't have to join with a different camera. That's why we're in a room system. But in the past, when you want to share content, he would have to join the call. Everybody would say, mute, did you type your identity code? Because we don't know who's talking anymore. All those problems start. The elegance here is go ahead and throw content on that screen. When he shares content to that display, he's just using Solstice like he did yesterday, and whatever conferencing solution you're using to take that data to your remote participants will then pull that experience out. All right, so Justin, can you see what's on the screen there?
Yes, I can.
So you'll notice in this video, we're running on a dual screen display. We're sharing only the left screen to Justin remotely. That second monitor is our privacy mode. We can drag content to it all we want. Throw a bunch of stuff on there. So everything we do, including inking on the screen with our inking tool, moving content in and out of the dock, that all flows through that remote experience for the remote users. Remote users just use, in this case, we're in a Zoom call, so they're on Zoom and they use Zoom the same way they would use Zoom yesterday, but they're actually seeing all that content. So if you want 4 phones, 2 tablets, and 6 laptops on a screen, you can do that with this solution and push it out through the video conferencing system. Elegant, super simple, one-click start. 2, agnosticism on both the room system and the conferencing software being used, so it's truly bring your own meeting. And 3, remote participants just get to participate now in a Solstice session remotely. So hopefully you guys are pretty excited. We are very close to launching this thing. It's been a massive undertaking because there's a whole lot of technology. It's almost like simplicity is inversely proportional to the complexity of the tech underneath, which is definitely the case here. We've buried a lot of hard problems with a very simple, elegant user experience. So we can't wait for you guys to get out and share this with the customer community. Awesome. Thanks.